Well, another day, another piece of Brawl drama for me to cover. Actually, there's multiple pieces of drama to be covered, but that's just Brawl Stars, I guess. But jumping into the first drama, we have the backstage matches of the World Finals being announced. So if this is your first time watching the World Finals, then first of all, welcome to the scene. But in previous years, we actually get a B stream, so basically we'll have two streams going on together, and the A stream will cover the big matches that are happening on like the big stage, whereas the B stream shows us some of the other matches happening in a smaller substage. The B stream and the smaller substage basically allows all the pros to have an opportunity to play in front of their audiences, in front of their fans, and I think it's very fair because these pros have been fighting for a whole year. They've been fighting for a whole season to get the opportunity to play on, the World Finals. And to the viewers, I think seeing all the matches does give us more, it definitely gives us a new perspective on how teams are performing, because backstage matches are like just numbers, and I just feel like these numbers couldn't reflect everything in the match, and it's like a year's worth of hard work just going down, the drain. Like all their hard work is just wasted. Literally no other esports does this. It's only Brawl Stars. And last year at least we do have a B stream, but this year they even removed that. So some of the matches would literally be played in the backstage with no one being able to watch them. So I think that this decision by Supercell is just bare out stupid, because after the recent LCQs, I believe that many of the pros were not happy about backstage matches. If you guys aren't familiar, in the LCQ, there was a match between Toxic Lotus and Rival Esports. And that match went so back and forth. It ended in a 3-2 win, where Toxic Lotus barely scrapes through after double match point. So yeah, these hype matches are just not shown to us, which is just so stupid, because I feel like every match is equal. There isn't a match that's more hyped, quote unquote hyped than the others. There's always like an underdog match that would turn out amazingly, and I think that we're missing out as a viewer. And to the pros, not being able to play in front of the audience, in front of their fans, is such a disrespectful act. So, and for the unlucky teams, actually it's all of the North American teams. So BSC maybe just hates NA based because all three of the NA teams are now playing in the backstage. So probably some show matches will happen during the 3 days, and instead of showing us the good matches, they're showing us some stupid show match between whatever tribe creators and the audience fans. So I'm not hating on the tribe creators. They deserve the chance to play on the stage as well, but if time is a problem for Supercell, then I think that they should prioritize what the fans want, what they want to see, and of course they would love to see more of the pro matches. Me, I would love to see Kairos and OJ just goofing around on the stage, but if that comes and we have to sacrifice one pro match, then I will propose to just scrap the whole show match thing, because this is the Brawl Stars World Finals. We're here to find out who the best team is, and if we have to cut off matches because of time restraint, then it's just a stupid decision to add show matches. Anyways, we have a second drama between Symantec and the Spanish community. So again, it's Symantec and also the Spanish. Cough cough, we literally have the IKL drama that happened literally a few months back. But basically, there are some Spanish YouTubers like my goat Nako and Spiuk. Apologies to Spiuk if I mispronounce your name, but yeah, basically these YouTubers are their main content is basically they live stream, and they live stream the pro scrims that happens from time to time. And sometimes even me, I would actually tune into Nako's stream, and I would just watch some pro scrims happening from here to here. And these YouTubers have like a stacked friend list, and they just spectate scrims during their live streams. So in my opinion, these streams are able to bring the casual viewers closer to the pro scene, and I feel like it's very healthy for the BSC scene. So that's just my opinion, but I guess Symantec and Humble wanted their scrims to be private. So basically, many pro teams and scrims will actually try out some new comps and just test out stuff before going on to the big stage. So I do get Humble's point of view, I do get their perspective, because they don't want their information to be leaked and disclosed publicly. And yeah, having YouTubers broadcast their entire scrim and strategies out to the whole world isn't what they're looking for. However, Humble decided to just remove Nako and Spiuk from their friend list to prevent them from spectating. And of course, the Spanish community were furious at this decision. However, after a while, Symantec did go on Twitter and apologize that they handled the situation in a poor manner. But still, he did express that they do not want their scrims to be broadcasted and would like to keep it low. So, I do get Symantec's point. Sometimes these scrims, they have actually strategies involved, and they don't want everyone in the world to see it before World Finals, because sometimes one strategy and one play is enough to win the whole set. So I do get Symantec's point, but after some further research, Nako has said that some pros were messaging other pros to remove Nako and Spuk from their friend list to avoid scrims being leaked out. And well, since I don't understand Spanish, I couldn't really fully dive into the drama, but if some of you guys have more knowledge on the case, then make sure to comment down below and drop more details, and I'll pin your comment or something. But personally, I think that if the teams had expressed their stance on not wanting their scrims to be public, then YouTubers like Nako and Spuk probably wouldn't stream, their scrims. But now it has kind of swirled into a much bigger drama that could easily be avoided. But anyways, as some of you guys may know, Humble were brought into the partnered org program recently. So of course I feel like Humble does fully deserve to be in the program, but I do feel like SSG doesn't deserve to be kicked out of the program just before Worlds. So of course Space Station is a big org, and I feel like although their contribution to Brawl Stars isn't as large as Tribe, I feel like they still should be able to be in the program, right? And here are some statistics. In the past 2 years, 3 NA orgs have been kicked out of the program. So I don't know why Supercell thinks that this is a good decision. I mean, more partnered orgs means more growth for BSC in general, so it doesn't make sense for them to set a limit on the amount of partnered orgs. And I just don't get why, the North American teams just keep on getting snaked out of the program. I feel like LG, Stamina, and SSG are good additions to the program, I guess, but maybe Supercell just has a different perspective from us. And anyways, I want to end the video by showing to you some Scrim data. So of course, these statistics are from my GOAT Tribe Sugus, so I'll link down the Excel list down below. Alright, so if you look at the scrimming statistics here, there's one team that stands out the most, and that's SK Gaming, and I think that that's really deserving for them. They're the first seed of Europe, so of course that's a hard task for any team, and they've beaten Humble throughout every single monthly finals except the last one, I believe. They lost to Humble in the Brawl Cup, however, but still, their season is still really good. So all 3 of SK's players are really talented. I think mechanically they're amazing. I think that SK has a high chance to win, the whole thing and bring it back home. But of course, we cannot dismiss Humble. They have a 58.4% win rate, but I still believe that Humble is one of the strongest teams in the world right now. I mean, they've won 2 of the most recent LAN tournaments with the World Finals last year and also the Brawl Cup. So, Humble is also an indismissible team. But we also got Team Heretics with a 61% win rate. So actually they got a higher win rate than Humble. So Heretics throughout the whole year has been a mess. So yeah, we got the whole Lanan being disqualified thing. And we also got Drage leaving the team and then Zar coming in as a sub. But I think that these 3 players have now stabilized their team core, and their win percentage totally reflects that, as they have the second highest win rate just below SK Gaming with a very promising 61%. But last but not least, I have to talk about Zeta Division, because this East Asian team, the #1 team in East Asia, is performing really well. If we go over to the head-to-head results, we could see that Zeta Division completely destroyed Humble with a 10-0 sweep. So yeah, I guess Shatampo still got it. But anyways, if you're asking me, I believe that SK Gaming is probably the biggest favorites to win the whole tournament, but you also can't forget about Humble, Zeta, and Heretics. But deep inside my heart, I believe that Tensai still has a chance to win his triple world champ difference.